Yo. Welcome back to Movie Growth Podcast. Tuko hapa kwa the third episode of the manifestation series. Okay? So today I'm going to discuss something very interesting. It's in line with money. You can see what I'm holding here. So today I'm going to share with you guys something quite personal actually. This is it's another method that has actually been confirmed to work. So I'll show you guys how where do we start? We'll start with if you're trying to manifest traveling to different countries. So if you've been wanting to travel for a very, very long time, you've been saying you want to travel to a different country, you've never actually been outside the country, even mara moja, umeng'ang'ana hakuna vile unaweza kupata away ya kutoka. So now this is how you manifest traveling out. So if you can be able to access a note or whichever country you're trying to access. So this particular one is Banki Kuu ya Tanzania. And you can see it over here. It's 10,000. Is equivalent to maybe 500 shillings, Kenya shillings. So this particular one, I met a friend of mine who introduced me to a Tanzanian guy. Then, of course, I've been wanting to go to Tanzania for a very, very long time. So I asked them if they have any Tanzanian cash on them. And nilikuwa na Kenya cash, you can extend hapo quick fast, akanipatianga hii. Okay? So this is not money to spend. Actually, hii pesa yote kwa hapa kuna pesa ya kuspend hapa just to see different currencies. Yeah. So now, the moment you have this representation of a certain nation, and you see it often, maybe occasionally. If, for example, I normally teach in this court, so every time I wear this court, of course, I'll feel the money, and then I'll see it, then I remember I need to go to Tanzania. So by default, too, you're going to start now formulating methods on how to be able to go to Tanzania. So this happened very, very strangely this year, actually. So I've been wanting to go to Tanzania for a long time. So when I met the Tanzanian friend from Tanzania, from Dar es Salaam, we exchanged contact at tukamua, then I can visit time flani. I see how his business is doing. Then maybe he can come to Kenya again. He can see how the business is doing. Vitu kama hizo. But then we are not able to do that. I think it got quite busy. So kasama tu ni sawa tu. Then towards the beginning of the year, a friend of mine calls me and he tells me I'm a one at Tanzania, so they're going to do a rush over there. So I'm like, interesting, okay. So when is that rush? So he tells me the dates, and I'm like, that is convenient enough. I'm open to going. So from there now they're able to show me the process on what is required, the yellow fevers and everything. So we took all that to the guidance. So it became extremely very, very easy to travel to Tanzania. So it was actually self-drive. Now, we'll do another review of actually how we got there. It was very, very convenient, not expensive at all. We found beautiful hotels that were going for 30,000 Tanzanian shillings, which was equivalent to 1,500. Yeah. So we didn't actually need a lot of money to travel to Tanzania. Okay? But that was the very first time they actually left the country. You see? So this is a method that works. If you're trying to move to any country, just make sure you have that particular note. Okay? Tanzania. If you're trying to travel to any country, just make sure you have a note. Tafuta bills, they are all over, or a friend, maybe anaweza kupatia pia. Okay? Perfect. So now I'll explain to you something else now. When you're traveling, so these are US dollars. So we'll not specifically just talk about traveling to US for this particular concept. So these dollars, if you're trying to manifest a job that pays you in dollars, this is how you do it. Okay? So look for a B-roll, badilisha hata kama ni $10. $10 is maybe 1,300 Kenya shillings, then you can get $10. So you just have a number of the dollars, you just see how they look. So the moment you familiarize themselves, you just familiarize yourself with the currency of that particular country. You're going to start now getting opportunities to interact with them more. Okay, all right. So it might be next time you do a client's job, alafu wanakulipa na $100. Kiasi before you realize you get an online job that they pay in dollars. So that is how you are able now to start manifesting, getting paid in dollars. This works every time. So angalia to your currency. There's so much power in money generally. So it's a huge representation of a particular nation, and a lot of it. So much history in it. All right. Yeah. So that is how you manifest getting paid in dollars. Just having the currency and just visualizing yourself receiving more currency. So for this, for example, right now I really understand how $5 look, or $10 or $100, but it's only because I have interacted with them long enough. Okay. So there's no way you'll be able to like visualize yourself receiving $100 if you're actually not sure 100% how the $100 look. Okay. If you're trying to manifest whichever amount of money in dollars, you have to like at least know how they look and feel the texture, see the sizes, and be aware of it. So that's how your human imagination will be of great assistance on the self. All right. Yeah. So that is done. So now here I have this is Kenyan currency actually. I don't know whether you guys remember it. This is like very old money, extremely old money. I don't know whether High Excellency Madam alikuwa amezaliwa ikitumika. Do you remember this? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was like 1,000 bob. Actually, till now, I still feel like this money felt real money. Ilikuwa na feel kama real money could go kulibaya sahi, si ndio? Yeah. So this is just real cash ya kitambo. Then here we have 20 shillings. You guys remember this? 20 shillings. It's like missing a good relationship with money, or having different currencies, and being able to like now appreciate all forms of money, either coins or notes. So pole tunaanza tu kutrain mind yako how to like manifest money. So right now, if I visualize, I think by now I'll be able to like spend like 5,000 hours, if not 10,000 hours, on manifestation of money. So like I'm able to like see the image of the notes quite clear. Okay. So this is just like to open up your mind, well, allow yourself to like accept money, make this with money, and that's how now you're able to like manifest big figures, pole, a step at a time. So the moment your mind now believes you can be able to like manifest any amount of money, you'll be unstoppable. You'll be like, there's no limit to the money that you can actually make. Okay. And that is where now the rich people are at. At that point now there's no scarcity at all. So pole to you eventually get there. Yes, so basically that's it about money manifestation and manifesting tours and travels. If there's any other concept that we've left behind, would be like maybe the synchronicities that normally come. So after you possess this kind of loans for a while, and you're trying to like travel a certain country, you're going to like get very strange invitations, like meet someone, he tells like, by the way, you have this amazing hotel, say Dar es Salaam, can you come? Or Rwanda, or this place. So like you've always wanted to go to Rwanda, but you don't know how. Now you have a reason where you can actually go to Rwanda, because you already have a place like you can spend or something. So you start now being open to how the synchronicities are coming and embracing them and following the path. All right. Yeah. So now I'm going to introduce now you can see what I have over here. Same as in Gombo, guys, as I just look, you can see the containers. Okay. So the concept we're going to introduce right now today here is going to answer what the photographer just asked. The question was actually in regards to if you've been used to like making very small, tiny money or pennies, like how do you come from making small money to making big money? Okay, perfect. So this is how you're going to answer it. So by default, depending on how you grew up and the thoughts that you've been having over and over again for the last like 1 decade or 2 decades or whichever age that you are, you have come to create an internal money container. Okay, this is for example, this cup now. There's someone that believes that the kind of money, the amount of money they can actually fill this cup is the maximum they can be able to like make in a particular period of time. So anything in it come is spill over, atangangana, Mike, atangangana, make sure I get rid of your extra money hadi itoshe yenye natushabi kwa hiyo container yake. So this how normally it happens. For example, umekuwa ukizoea figure yote, upatie figure yote per month hivi, for example per month any figure per month 40,000. So huyu mtu wa hii this particular container is actually used to receiving 40,000 only. Hata kuende aje 40k ndio inafikanga sana sana. So this particular man anapata ka side hustle inakuja let's say 45, okay, or 50. So you have 10,000 extra ile pesa anazoea, so ime spill over money container yake. Unajua hiyo mwezi ikienda kuisha kutakuwa kumetokea issue yenye itafanya he or she has to spend the 10,000 like on top of all the other expenses yanakonga nazo za kawaida. So he's going to like find a creative way of getting rid of that extra money. All right? So sometimes it's like you who is actually doing it, and sometimes it's like the circumstances zinajitokeza either from home, unapata phone calls, ndio unahitaji exactly hiyo pesa extra, unataka 10,000, so unatuma hiyo 10k. So hiyo pesa ikusaidia tu, una get? So it's until you expand your money container from this cup to this jug for you to be able to like now manage to have that 60,000 comfortably. Okay? So ni kama vile tu tumezoea kuishi for a very long time, umeweza kuona like 40k ndio pesa yako. Ukipitisha hapo, unasema unataka like 80,000, but you're not able to like hold that 80,000. Every time you have to like spend it or just to waste it. Okay? So until you expand your money container to this chart now, that is how you'll be able to like now accumulate the 40k times 2. You can now do 80k, you can now do 100,000. Okay? So now when you have this, now you can have all this money actually. Zote zisipo hapa ndio kama ndani na bado ukwe comfortable kupata zingine. Okay? Hii yote itatosha hapo na ingine ongezeke. So you have expanded your money container. So now in the same case, so there is people, extreme rich people, that's tunakuja na ndoa hapa. You guys have to understand there are people who have big tanks of money containers. They believe that they can receive 5 million Kenya shillings in a day. Like they believe hakuna pesa yenye hawawezi manage ku make. So these things, they are all instilled, like ziko inculcated huko ndani ya akili yako, huko nyuma kabisa, subconscious mind. So until you are able to like expand your container from this container to this container, then eventually start to this ndoo, then baadaye start to the tank, now to have like maybe tanks, to have like billions and billions of cash. So hii process ndio sana nataka ni explain here. This is how I want to explain to you guys how to expand your money container. Okay? So if you don't get anything from all the other 10 episodes of manifestation, make sure you understand how to expand your money container. Okay? If ipeleka tu pole pole. In case kuna questions audience maze to sort is easy maswali sahihi. All right? All right. Perfect. So, how do you expand your money containers? Okay? So the goal is to have this money container by the time tunamaliza hii episode. Kama yako ni for example. So how do you do that? Okay? So expanding a money container is not a lot of work. So it normally, if you're not aware of it, it normally takes like a long time. Ndio maana sasa inaanzanga mtu alienda akapata kazi yake ya kwanza akaanza kulipwa 3k. Hata jana najua mko na story kama hizo. After a while kaanza kulipwa 6k, after a while kaanza kulipwa 15k, na sasa ni 10 years later you manage to like get yourself maybe to that level that's yenye uko sahi. So how do you switch from that 3,000, if you're getting 3,000 today and you start now being open to 100,000 tomorrow? Like how do you skip, okay, that particular figure that you desire or want? Perfect. This is the formula, one step-by-step guide on how to expand your money container. So you have to expose yourself to a lifestyle that accepts that your 40k si pesa mingi. You understand? We have to start experiencing those lives. That experience ni inakuonesha enye 40k si do mingi. Ni 40k ni pesa unaweza spend leo na ishe. Okay? So you can be able to like earn 10 times more than that figure na bado uko comfortable. So you try by experiencing what wealthy people experience. Okay? So for example, in your journey of manifestation, this is what you're going to realize. Kuna na synchronicities kila time. They're normally like signs showing you that you're walking the right direction. This, like, life is so spiritual. It's actually insanely spiritual, actually. So when you are trying to like get more money, utaanza kushtukia, for example, Mike anakuambia, by the way, let's go visit my rich uncle somewhere in Kitui. Okay? So like, ama somewhere in Kirinyaga County. Amejenga kuna ranch kubwa. So umeanza kupata invitations. Hauko unamwambia by the way unajaribu kutanga like to make more money or something. You had not mentioned about that. Okay. But then Mike is giving you an opportunity to come and meet his very, very rich uncle. So let me tell you what to do when you get invited to such a place. So once you get to Mike's uncle, okay? Ukishafika huko, the first thing atafanya, of course, utakaribishwa. Uingie kwa nyumba, they'll offer you something. Just like any other homestead ukienda kuingia. So whatever they offer you, accept. Usianza kusema hapana nini hiyo hii hapana. Nikwambia, do you have like a minute to go for golf kidogo hivi? Masaa yangu ya golf imefika, tunaweza enda pamoja. Ama can you sleep over tomorrow? You can go to the gym in the morning. Like they'll give you invitations to other things. So you start accepting hizo invitations. Pole pole tu, like sema yes. Unakata, uko busy ukidu nini bro? Unakuja kujaribu ku like make more money. So like you're not so busy either way. You have time. So if you don't have money, actually you should be having a lot of time. No. So inakwanga tu hivyo. So in case you don't have money na una time pia, sijui uko too busy ukidu nini. By default unafaa kwa hivyo. But sometimes there are people who are working their asses off daily but they have nothing. So now you're trying to tell that. So you accept invitations, you start seeing how these guys experience life. Observe everything they do. See how they treat their wife. See how they treat their friends in the neighborhood that you drive around. See how they behave in the supermarkets. Okay? So when a broke person is in the supermarket, ataenda na calculator. Okay? Ataenda na calculator. Ule mtu mwenye atawochi episode katikati baadaye atafikiria ni mazinga homo. So you have to watch the whole episode for it to make sense. We had 3 containers over here. So you accept invitation and you start now experiencing that whole, the way the rich people spend time. Just see them, like watch them for a day or two. Uki-invite you ulale huko for 3 days. Take that time, spend time with them, see them. In the morning, wanaamka 5 a.m. Amka 5 a.m. pia wewe. Kama ni gym wanaenda, join them. Enda uende workout for 1 hour. Rudi home. So you start seeing patterns of how rich people behave. Okay? So inaanza kuinstiliwa. So you can't get that experience through reading a book. Ukisoma kitabu uone vile mtu fulani ana behaving, see the same now. Being there practically and seeing how they actually live. So that is the first step of actually expanding your money container. Because now when you go to the supermarket, for example, ile sio nilikuwa naambia sasa, a poor person is always kwa calculator yake. Ameka budget ni 2k. Hii ikipita 2k, hesabu inaribika mwezi mzima. So an account to, so ikifika mali, there's a brand of a particular unga, for example, apendi yo unga lakini iko 15%, 15 shillings cheaper. And I opt for that one. Na apendi yo unga hata kidogo. So hiyo ni opposite of self love. Ujipendi ama unataka ujimalize ama unachukua vitu upendi kwa nini? So self love, you start seeing what rich people do. Regardless, hiyo unga kana nataka hiyo hata kama ni 50 bob extra, they'll take that one. Na wewe pia as a poor person, if you're trying to like make money, try and start getting the small things zenye unataka do. Achana hizo zenye unataki. Don't do anything you don't want. Start doing what you want only. Choose the best every time. Hata pesa ikishia katikati kwa tu sawa. You by default you start now, your mind will start now finding other ways za kuweza kuunda hiyo do. So I really hope someone understand vile money container na expanded. Nani anapata vile tuna expand money container? Mike? Tuko sawa. Again, please now expand the money container. So once you're able to like expand, sasa tunazatoa hizo hapa. Ukiweza ku expand the money container, now you start getting other synchronicities. So Rasa, you have experienced how these guys are living. You have seen them in an ordinary Tuesday. Like see tunaenda kwa tafreles kwenye ni Christmas ama nini. Just see how they live from morning to evening and how they sleep and when they wake up even. So once you experience that kind of a lifestyle, by default you start expanding your money container pole. So what will happen next? You're going to get an opportunity. So what happens if you're not ready to expand your money container, you'll get an opportunity na utaisabotage. Like utafanya tu away kusema upatikani ama utakataa ama there's just something you're going to do that is going to sabotage that particular opportunity. So you should be now aware and watch yourself like a hawk from a distance. Ukue like aware when opportunities come and what your mind is going through hiyo time when unakubali ama unakataa bili yote. Then for example now the rich uncle of Mike, for example, amekuoffer a job, like kuwa full-time photographer wake, na amekupatia offer ya 5 times what you normally earn ukiwa kwa streets. Alafu the first thing unafikiria uko like, mimi bana, atanifungia man, atanifungia. Mike amekwambia atakufungia, ashakwambia atakufungia kweli. Anaweza kuambia hata maybe come on Tuesday. So like you're not even open enough to negotiate the times or details of that particular job. So hizo ni money container na kufungia na kwambia, bro, ukianza ku earn 10 times more than you're earning right now, itakuwa ngumu kwa kwetu sisi wote. Like ni viungo. Like when you're trying to change your mind, it's like you're trying to change your whole body vile ina operating. Imezoea kulala for certain hours a day, imezoea ku cool at certain hours a day, imezoea ku scroll TikTok at a particular hours a day. Like so like you're trying to like change that mara moja. Of course the mind is going to protect you from that change. That is why expanding your money container is quite difficult in the beginning. Okay? But then it gets easier pole pole. The more you accept better opportunities, you start realizing that you can actually earn more money. You can actually be able to spend more as well. Then pole pole unaanza kuwa open to better opportunities. And that is how you expand your money container. If you guys have any questions in regards to the sale, we can tackle it right now, right here. Michael, photographer, nini? Asante.
Tuko sawa.
Tuko fresh? Adios. Peace.